Sup nerds, I'm CuppaJoey and I hope you got your pencils and your notebooks at the ready because it's time to get some learning done. We're going to be having a look at r/iamverysmart. We are lucky enough to have these absolute Adonises of the brain bestow their intellectual knowledge upon us, so, I hope you're ready for that. Oh, you know when a subreddit has a screenshot from Am I the Butthole, it's gonna be something good. You always see, screenshots from Am I the Butthole posted into different subreddits because of the kinds of buttholes they were. Oh my goodness, now we have an r/iamverysmart one. So I have this group of friends and we often meet up to watch movies together. We take turns to choose movies and most of my friends have good taste in movies. However, one of my friends always chooses movies that appeal to the lowest common denominator. The movies he chooses never make any important commentary about society, politics, life, religion, or human relationships. They give no philosophical insights about human existence or the state of the world. They never have any grandiose and thought-provoking themes. When he chooses sci-fi movies, those movies are pure entertainment for the masses and say little about the infinite and mind-bending possibilities of science. I told him all that and said his taste in movies sucked. Some of our friends agreed with me, while others told me I was being a douche. Am I the douche? Yes, you are the douche. I mean, seriously, where does his... what is it specifically about the films that he doesn't like? Because at the moment, all he's saying is, they're too stupid for me. That is it. That is seriously the only point that he is making. I mean, this is just a situation where a guy was just nasty to his friend for no reason. If you're all taking turns picking films and there isn't, any kind of democracy, it's just whoever picks it for that day, that's what you watch. You gotta accept that you're not always gonna see stuff that you're interested in. That's what happens when you have, a group of people all picking different films. The thing is that when this guy talks about intellectual films, I wonder what he actually considers intellectual. Is he going to be one of these guys that thinks that Inception is just, one of the most thought-provoking masterpieces ever? I've never actually seen Inception. All I know about it is that it's the whole dream within a dream within a dream kind of thing, like in Hamlet. So, is he one of those? Or is he I don't know. I'm genuinely really curious to see what he would consider intellectual versus non-intellectual sci-fi, because let's face it, there's a lot of sci-fi that's really trashy, but still really good. Seriously though, it's what's happened here is he's just had a go at his friends for his taste in films. Out of freaking nowhere, just going, oh, you like dumb stuff, I like smart stuff, and I mean... Even if the other guys weren't so keen in this one particular guy's taste in films, that's just some really harsh thing to do, and to pull this whole grandiose, oh, I prefer much more intellectually stimulating things. God, piss off, mate. Anyway, you also seem like an easygoing person, which I really adore. So much for the self-deprecating humour already. Am I being intimidating? I tend to write high-level English already up front, but don't worry, you can rest assured that I don't intend to overwhelm. I, in fact, trying to impress you. You also have a wide pelvis bone, which makes you look fertile and procreation-ready, thus more feminine and attractive. Say like a woman that deserves to grow my seeds. The real question now, will you nurse my seeds, then grow them? Boy, this went from straight white men texting, to I'm very smart, to creepy PMs, that was the freaking, mini stepladder in terms of that. Oh, I mean, okay, so first of all, it was really clear he was trying to impress her. I mean, just to say, I write high-level English up front, but, not even capitalizing or, using forehand. He's still using shorthand while saying he's writing high-level English. I mean, I very much subscribe to the idea that as long as you're being understood, it doesn't really matter, but you can't say that you're writing high-level English while writing in text speech. If that's the ship you're gonna sail, then don't go out on a raft. And then, procreation ready. Oh, and just say, I've been noticing your wide pelvis bone. It's not. Oh, sorry about that. What a time for the phone to ring. But anyway, it is just not. Women don't like it if you say that they have a wide pelvis bone. In fact, my beloved, you have a wide pelvis bone.
What?
Ah, that said it all. Beautiful. Still listening in 2020. You have the highest amount of likes because you're a female. Just thought I'd give you some base to this. Do you have stupid? White knight, you're only just a queen's guard, but foolish you are, for you risk your life over a harlot whom only roams the streets. Anyone can comment this and get a lot of likes. Just because she's female doesn't mean people are going to worship her, you basement dweller. But it definitely helps, don't be naive. I only pronounce the obvious. She only got 64 likes, how does this compare to any other comment like this? I've explained to you, her, and the dynamic as to why you question my scolding of your stance, but yet you continue to question your own plane. Oh, alright, W, we get it, you hate women. That's just, you know. Oh, I mean, all of this thing of, you just got that because you're a woman and you're pretty and I hate pretty women is, you know, basically what all of that was about. I've seen those comments by men, women, anime pictures, you know, freaking Fallout kids here. Fallout Boy. Fallout Boy from the series Vault. But he saw a woman make a comment that got 60 odd likes and just felt the need to cut her down based on nothing other than the fact that she was a woman. It just speaks volumes about the utter bitterness of this lonely loser. I bet this guy uses phrases like freaking simp and cuck unironically as well. Someone made a Tumblr account to spread anti-transgender material through a small pet site community. Some people try really hard, don't they? What, heretofore unbeknownst peer-reviewed qualitative thesis would you like me to find for you so you can properly validate a collection of a system of ideas intended to explain an experience based on general principles independent of the thing to be explained? Graph that. Hashtag one thing I will not shy from sharing about myself. Hashtag is you should not attempt to out-science me. Hashtag asks. And this load of thesaurus dripping nonsense is precisely why we shouldn't treat trans people as if they're humans. Seriously, I don't understand. But what? I mean, I get that they're basically saying what scientific paper would be sufficient enough as evidence for you. And, oh wow, look, I just summed it up in a freaking sentence. But no, they have to, like, dance around all this, like, airy-fairy stuff to, like, deliberately try and confuse people by, like, making it so difficult to get to the actual freaking point. And then go, you didn't understand straight away, and then, like, you know, quickly have a wank over how smart they are. I mean, seriously, if you follow my Twitter, you'll know that I am no stranger to having transphobic arguments thrown at me left, right, and centre. However, like, this is just not one I've heard before, nor does it make sense. This is the bio page of an actual client. It physically hurts. Hello, I'm Max. Welcome to Name Redacted. This website is the amalgamation of my life's works. I'm an entrepreneur, a visionary, and an explorer. I don't create businesses, I create systems of potential. I don't envision solutions to problems, I visualize voids and fill them in with my imagination. I don't explore the wilderness, I explore the enigma and life and purpose on this beautiful, nearly spherical conglomeration of particulate matter. While the above does a pretty good job of describing the way I think, see the world, and travel along my personal journey, it does not encapsulate the entirety of who I am as a person. To truly get to know me, you'd have to spend some quality time with me. Well, that goes with anyone as a matter of fact. When you think about it, you can't really trust anything you read in someone's short bio. Really, a bio is just a series of manufactured language to make the reader see a certain version of the subject. So stop reading this biography, get out into the world and start conversations. You never know who you might meet. A medium coffee shop is a great place to start, and maybe, just maybe, someday you might actually meet me. Oh, there was so much about this that made my sphincter just prolapse. I swear, the word enigma is just so overused by these r/I am very smart types. We always hear about the enigmas of life. It's always that freaking phrasing, sorry. And then going on about, nearly spherical conglomeration of particulate matter. Yeah, we get it. We get it. You know what the Earth is made of. Well done. That's freaking brilliant. Anybody with, the smallest understanding of freaking astrophysics knows that. I failed physics, and I know that. Oh, and then all that stuff about, well, this is just a bio to make you interested in me. You don't really know me. I mean, that is just so, it's that standard, saying the flaming obvious and saying about it in a really, fanciful way in which, makes them think, makes them look really smart, but it really doesn't. It just looks like you found a thesaurus and thought, you know what, this is going to look so freaking deep and meaningful. This definitely isn't something that loads of people have thought about loads of times before. Seriously, they're just shower thoughts. People think about this stuff as well. Like, God. Oh, God. This is the thing about this. Is my muscles tense up so much when I'm reading this one. It's freaking, just the amount of cringe is just unbelievable. If you enjoy watching my content, then please consider throwing me a few pennies down at my Ko-fi down below. I'm not popular enough to monetize anything or to have a Patreon, so if you would like to just buy me a coffee, you can throw me as little as £3 down below. PSA, stop telling the e-girls you want to frick, they are smart and right about everything. Now we got an epidemic of OnlyFan bees who are too freaking stupid to hold down a job, yet somehow think they are political geniuses and pinnacles of moral excellence. Sex work is holding a job. And are you equating that sexy workers are not on par to others intellectually? The problem is that men will tell women he finds attractive that they are right about everything in an effort to get laid, so these sex workers end up always thinking they are right, and anyone who points out the absurdity of what they are saying gets attacked by their army of beta male sycophants. Then I end up getting called an incel by a scruffy-faced gamer dude here who's 5'5" and works at Speedway. Oh man, he told on himself! Oh, he told on himself. Oh, you rarely get self-burns like this, but oh God, you are not making the point you think you are, my guy. So what this guy's basically confessed is that he's really pissed off because he keeps going on to OnlyFans, trying to argue with the women that he finds attractive on there, and then keeps getting, voted down or argued with people in the comments, and now he's really mad about it. I mean, the fact that the guy uses the phrase beta male in itself, anybody that uses the following phrases, alpha male, beta male, cuck, soy boy, God, what else? Oh yeah, simp, or constantly using the word simp. Anybody who does any of that is a misogynist, okay? They just have a problem with women. They have a problem with women and their own masculinity, and so they're very aggressive towards women within that. This guy is basically angry that there's a sex worker that's smarter than him, and is just thinking, no, if she's doing sex work, she can't possibly be smarter than me. Looks like she is. And oh my goodness, is that whole thing of don't criticize the people that work in an industry if you are the ones that are claiming this, the demand. You can't have the demand and then get angry when the supply comes in, Oh man, I mean, this is just such the biggest cell phone. It's, the fact that he doesn't even realize what it is. Thanks. Yeah, I don't take educational points from strangers on Reddit because 1, Reddit has a liberal bias. 2, Reddit users are anonymous. 3, Reddit users are typically less educated and less intelligent than I am. In fact, approximately 98% of people have lower IQs than I do. As pompous as that sounds, my IQ is 2 standard deviations above average. Tis makes me skeptical of most people I encounter in life relative to my own thoughts and conclusions. Regardless of when hip-hop and gang culture started, if you don't think its culture is holding Black America back, well, I'm not going to try and stop you from thinking that. I can't fix ignorance in others, only they can overcome their own ignorance. Just keep doing you. Oh god, so I just actually read what this was actually a comment on. Which is just a racist confession. So it's from True Off My Chest, which is where people confess things that they wouldn't, get off their chest otherwise. And this one says, as a server, I tense up every time I get a black table. So basically, it's a server of some kind, either a waiter or whatever, who gets nervous around black people. So, racist confession. And then a racist comment underneath. I mean, there is such a big underlying tone of I'm so much smarter than black people as well. I mean, I know this whole, he was basically giving himself a hand job saying, I'm so much more intelligent, I'm the top 2% of most smartest big brain smarty boys, top gold star in the world. But, to just the way that it's talking down on black culture, and it just reads so white as well, it really does. Oh, this is. Oh, but also the whole Reddit has a liberal bias. It's just the most right-wing mess of a website. The whole reason, I'm not even kidding, the whole reason I started to do Reddit readings in the first place was because I got so sick of every time I would listen to a Reddit reading, the reader would secretly be either right-wing or centrist. And I just freaking hated that. And yeah, you get right-wing propaganda all over Reddit, so, that's, I mean, how right-wing is this guy if he thinks that that's a freaking liberal bias, jeez. So, essentially, we can summarize that he's not going to listen to anybody talk to him about racism because people are more left-wing than him, and he's so much smarter than everyone, he doesn't need to learn anything anyway. Beautiful, glad we cleared that one up. I never understood this. I'm passionate about technology. I code in my spare time, bollocks. Really, B? You're passionate about an instruction set some guy at Bell Labs wrote 50 years ago? I'm sure there are a few ableist slurs like that, there are model train junkies, but every based grammar acts like programming is his biggest hobby or even fun. It isn't. Chefs don't cook in their spare time, plumbers sure as frick don't fix pipes for fun in their spare time, and every project you'll do in your spare time is just a useless masturbatory waste of time since only one person rarely builds anything useful on his own. Plumber here, pipe fitter. I've worked with guys that are on here time off, they post on the plumbing forum and Facebook groups and talk about anything related to it. Some guys even have projects, like a guy I knew was developing a system that would recirculate water in some mixture of rocks that would keep its heat and reheat the water, etc. You're just mad because you have no drive in life. Oh, I love that. I love that the plumber, stepped in. I mean, it's freaking water Lego. Who doesn't like water Lego? That does seem like a cool project that his online friend has, though. But wow, just why are you just so annoyed at people being happy about something in the first place anyway? I think it says way more about the freaking, glasses wearing, the me but bald and thin up there. I don't think that he's just so mad that people are happy about things. I mean, that's exactly what the plumber said, people are allowed to enjoy their jobs. I mean, the whole point is that if you enjoy your job, then you never have to work a day in your life, and I mean, yep, sometimes it is freaking work. I'm not sure if this is that r/I am very smart though. It just seems like a random, bitter, butthole. A bitter butthole annoyed that people actually enjoy their jobs and enjoy what they do. And, there's no overuse of florid language or acting like they're smarter than other people. So I'm not too sure this fits the subreddit, but it was still pretty funny. Well, that's it for this episode of r/I am very smart. I don't know about you, but I had to keep taking breaks from the pure amount of knowledge that was being funneled into my brain. It was like that bit in Doctor Who where Donna finds out what it's like to be a Time Lord and is just so overwhelmed with information. That's how I felt from just one of these posts. And as I say at the end of every episode, if you enjoyed hearing from this subreddit or would like to hear from any other subreddit, then do let me know in the comments. And until then, I'll see you all next time.